Hey, what's going on, fishy folk? My name is Jason. You're watching Redfish Bluefish. Hopefully, the audio is coming through. We've got an exciting show for you today. It's another lab day. I love lab day. I hope you do too. And I really appreciate you coming by and spending some time with me this fine Sunday. Audio, video, good. Thank you, Zen Ginger. I am using my mobile, so you know how it is. I'm not particularly good at keeping up with chat when I'm, on my mobile phone, and even less so when I'm working in the lab. Anyway, I am starting this live stream on my deck upstairs. I'm looking out, and I wanted to share this gorgeous view with you guys before we get started. Hello, Kaler's Aquatics. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you this gorgeous view. The day turned out so awesome. This is Mutiny Bay you'll be looking at here with the Olympic Peninsula beyond it. What a nice view we ended up with today. It was supposed to be nasty and crazy and everything else, but turned out really, really nice. I've been up here kind of enjoying the view, enjoying my trees. I've got tons of trees on my property. Actually, check this out. Zen Ginger. Oh, poor baby. You see that tree right there, guys? Let me point. It's right there. It's a it's got some strange branch shapes to it. I don't know if it's standing out. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. You see that? I'm sorry for the shakiness. I don't have stabilization on my camera. You see those really strange conifer-like branches? They're sticking out there. It's a tree I have growing on my property here. It's called a monkey puzzle tree. They're from South America. Apparently they were really, really big back in the Victorian era. The rich hoity-toities used to import them and have them planted on their properties to show off what awesome blue blood um, people they were. Yeah, I have one on my property. I thought I'd show you guys kind of the view I ended up with here. Got a lot of cloud cover way over there. Normally you see the lots of mountains that are snow-capped most of the year. Anyway, this is Mutiny Bay. Thought I'd share that with you guys. I like to, open the windows up and get some light in the casa. Close that. It's actually pretty chilly outside still. Anyway, let me walk down. Hello, everyone. Bob Kaler's asking for the temp. 45-ish, 46, maybe. I'm guessing. It's chilly. I mean, it's not cold, quote unquote. Pam knows what cold is. Okay, walking down. Show you guys what we got going on today. Give my glasses a chance to turn regular color. Yeah, Cichlids 23. You in the Matrix? Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, these are those glasses that turn all purple. I thought they would be cool. Actually, they're supposed to be. What were they supposed to be? Steel blue or something. They're not. They're old guy purple. And I hate them. I'll never get this option on my glasses again. Anyway, guys. Hello, Ed. St. Ginger, Cichlids 23. I see a lot of friends in here. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm not going to do a long stream today because Sunday is not my day. We've got a lot of people that go live on Sunday. I was looking at the roster and it's really full. So I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to spend some time with you and show you. I'm down here working in the lab again. I'm going to take another stab at Ludwigia Repens Mini Super Red today. I think the solution is still way too hot for it. Certainly the sterilizing the water is still way too hot, so I can't surface sterilize it yet. I'm also going to multiply out our Persicaria, Sao Paulo. Let me show you how that's just going crazy, man. Show you guys. You're familiar with the lab. Got my necessities, my e-cigarette and my tea. Gotta have that, otherwise science doesn't work. So you can see this Persicaria, I mean, it gains nodes every day. It's starting to flip itself upside down in the culture. The roots are just insane on that. So I'm gonna break this one down, and I'm gonna subculture it, and I'm gonna subculture his little brother too. These meristems on these plants that we grew here are very, very fresh and new, of course. So that's kind of our goal today. One of them. I'm probably going to start with that. Let's see how hot this water still is. Too hot. It's really hot. Yeah, like I was saying before in previous live streams, you notice the temperature setting is Celsius. We always use the metric system in science and labs, never imperial system. So that is, yeah, it's definitely too hot. It's not hot, but actually, yeah, it is hot. That's really hot. Woo. Okay, we'll check these culture tubes. Hopefully they're not too hot, otherwise this might be a really short live stream. 28. Okay, those are cool. 28C, because compare it to the ambient temperature. Let's look at the tabletop. So we're at 23 and change, 23 and a half. And this is coming back 28.1. Yeah, it's actually too high. Still too high. Let's look at that one. So the one closest to the flow hood, 25. Yeah, we're good on that one. Yeah, Cichlids 23 should scrub up, dude. So yeah, I am gonna set this thing down and rotate. Rotate, girls. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. What am I doing? Oh yeah. I'll move these over actually. And bring this over here. Give you guys kind of a view of what's going to be going on. Now remember, I was jumping through hoops, sterilizing this stuff. Remember surface sterilization? We were doing that. We don't need to do that now. Clearly, this is clean. Trust me. If this was not clean, you would be looking at all the Skittles colors of the rainbow in there. You would have reds and pinks and lots of mold and bacterial colonies, everything going on. So because we're sterile, we started with a piece of sterile explant, essentially everything you're looking at is newly developed tissues that are sterile. So we don't need to surface sterilize this plant that we're going to carve up and basically do the whole thing again. We're going to just multiply, multiply, multiply. This one, these are semi-liquid cultures. I mean, I put very little agar in them, so they're real thin. This is going to be straight up liquid, no agar. So, yeah. Get some gloves. Hope you guys have had a decent weekend. This turned out okay. Was doing some work last night. I was talking in my last live stream. I'm going to break down those 3 15-gallon aquariums. I was moving around my prize Platinum Galaxy Tiger guppies, and got ahead of myself. I was moving, making water, moving water to this, to that, the other thing, moving fish, playing musical fish. You guys know how it goes, and wasn't paying attention, and I got ahead of myself, and I moved my guppies to the wrong water, and I lost half of them. Half of them died on the spot. And, oh, man, not happy about that. I feel terrible. Thank you, Bob. It sucks. There's no two ways about it. It's my fault. I don't want to get too hard on myself, but I also don't want to give myself a break. There's one person responsible for the deaths of many rare, beautiful fish, and that is me. And I'm going to internalize that and not do that again. I am going to turn that into a learning opportunity and move on. So despite that, I've had a halfway decent weekend. Just getting some alcohol. Sorry, guys. Can't see what's going on here. Give this a really good wiping with, actually, give this a squirt of alcohol. Give it a really scrub-a-dub. You don't want pathogens. I've already pressure cooked, sterilized these huge honkin' petri dishes, so they're already good. I've already sterilized everything before I started this stream. I can't really see chat now, guys, so I'll trust that you can talk amongst yourselves. All right. Get my alcohol lamp all primed here with my Everclear. I think I showed you guys how we do this before. Oh, yeah. I'm learning from last time when I cut my hand on this stupid thing. There we go. I'm going to have to replace this wick. After a while, they get burned up. See how it's all cooked down? Sister Lakma, welcome. Hello. Welcome to the madhouse. Just doing some lab work here. Make some tissue culture plants. I am priming my alcohol lamp, which is what we use to create fire. Fire, fire, and fire. We burn Everclear in it because it's the only valid use for this crud is burning it or not buying it because it is nasty. It's nasty. All right, this in there. Hey, Big J's, welcome. Chattanooga ad. I'm kind of looking around at my phone. I can kind of see if I'm at the right angle with one eye, my good eye. Actually, I'm going to try to prevent this from burning up even more. I'm going to prime it with some Everclear directly on the wick. There we go. All right, cool. Let it get going good like that. All right. Set this. Hey, Aquaballs. Welcome, buddy. Always a good stream with Aquaballs and you guys. All right. See if we can. All right, I think that'll work. All right. This is sterile. That's sterile. Blah, blah, blah. I think we're good. Let's do another temperature check on our 25. Yeah, we're good. We're cool enough. Just do a quick. Got to be careful. Spray this alcohol on that alcohol lamp, and it'll go. I've done it on accident a couple times. It'll really make you jump. Trust me on that. All right, so we're gonna open this up. I usually don't. I'll open this one. All right, cool. Like I said before, when you work, open it that way towards the flow hood. Set this over here. Okay. These have been autoclaved and washed, scrubbed, and then autoclaved, but they've been sitting over here out of the the flow of the sterile air, so they're not sterile anymore. So make them sterile. I don't know if you can see it. I'm putting these to the flame like crazy. Way down. One side, and they are getting very hot in my hand. That's okay, no pain, no gain. Getting crazy hot. You don't want pathogens. Okay. Then you hold them here, and the flow of the flow hood that you see moving the flame over there, and it cools them. You definitely want them, cool, because if you're ripping hot and you touch the plant, poof, you just killed the tissue. All right? Go in here and grab our X plant. Well, actually our whole plant. There you go. Put this here. Okay. Actually, I'm going to start cutting this guy up. Got my scalpel here. Definitely sterilizing the heck out of it. Letting it cool. Looks like we got 17 folks in here now and 14 thumbs up. Good job, guys. I appreciate it. It's a decent ratio. If anyone is watching and finds this somewhat not horrible, finds it interesting, and you're not subscribed to my channel, maybe you'd consider subscribing. We have a lot of fun here. This is the channel where we bring art, nature, and science together. This is where it meets. All right. So I'm going to try to not look like a moron and make a mess of this. There we go. I'm going to excise this pan. It's a really small piece. Cut that. See that little piece there? That's the old piece. That's the X plant, the old X plant. This is the new material. So I'm going to do this. Chop. Because this is also the old X plant. See, it's got roots coming out of it. I don't want that. It's not what we use to multiply anything. All right, so this first one we're not going to do anything with probably. This lowest node here, see this guy? He's growing out at a weird angle, and I'm not feeling love for this dude. You're out of here. All right, the bottommost, let me start again. The bottommost node is what we're going to take. I'm going to get this leaf here. I'm going to get this leaf off. Man, this lamp is cooking me. Dude, back off. It's cooking my hand. There we go. Better. All right. I'm going to take this leaf off. He's no good. We're not doing callus tissue cultures. We don't want leaf material. All right. Here's our first node. Okay. Take this leaf off. Probably just going to get 2 out of this because he's really small. That's what she said. Alright. There's one node. And there's the second node. Lower node and the higher node. Yes, we grew it to cut it up. We grew it to cut it up. We grew it to create more nodes. And so this plant that we grew to cut up is going to become 2. Those 2 will become 4 or 6. Those 6 will become 20, 40. Who knows? You see, this is a very distinct. So the first phase we started with was phase 1. That's establishment, right? Establishing the strains. right? That's stage one. Stage two is this, is what we're starting. It's multiplication. It's where we repeat again and again and again until we get as much as we want. And with this plant, we've already witnessed that there is no really stage, like rooting stage. It roots very easily. So that's what we're doing right now. And yes, I did see a comment now. You see why tissue cultures cost what they cost. Yes, it's not easy. I mean, it's not super hard, but it's not super easy either. It's just a discipline. It's a science is all. Okay, this is sterile. This is liquid culture. All right. I autoclaved this for half an hour at 15 psi. Got my trusty nose pickers. I'm going to run them through my fire over here. You can't see it because I moved it back since I was barbecuing my right hand, which was great. Felt awesome. All right. Definitely really hot. I'm going to hold it way over here. Get it nice and cool. So I'm doing a liquid culture this time. So liquid cultures are definitely more effective than solid cultures using a liquid media, for sure. Okay, let me concentrate real quick and grab this guy. I want to drop him. Just like that. Put the closure back on. And he will explode. He should explode with growth. Let's do the second one. Another empty, ready to go liquid culture. Sterilize this again real quick. Off camera. All right. Sorry, I see some chat going by. I will go in front of the computer here in a little while and answer some chat questions. All right. Cool it down. All right. Grab this other piece of explant. It doesn't matter really how we put it in. These things float, sadly. Okay. This one's done. Okay, and because these are liquid cultures, you're probably going to see activity pretty quick. Let me see if I can get another. I'd like to get another culture out of this one, the rest of this plant laying here. Let me see if I can. I'm sterilizing my tools one more time. All right, going down. Okay. Oh, we can. Yeah, we can definitely get one more out of this guy. It's not going to be pretty, but whatevs. Ah, that's gross. Dang it. Oh, well. Yeah, that'll do. Such an odd plant. It grows at weird angles, man. Weirdness. Anyway, all right. We'll get a third one out of that. Cool. Sterilize this. I saw some chat stuff going by. We'll have a look in about 5 more minutes. All right. One thing I should have paid attention to, see these culture tubes that I'm holding? Round bottom. Oops. Kind of hard to set them down. Should have paid attention to that. All right. Got this guy. Just like that. We'll start 3 from that 1. Hence the aptly named title of this phase, multiplication phase. All right, there we go. That's 1. Just did 1 real quick. Going ahead and douse my fire, my fuego. No más fuego, por favor. All right. Ah, okay. Go over here and have a look at chat. Sit down at the computer. And once that culture liquid cools down, I'm actually going to pull some Ludwigia Repens Mini Super Red out of water. Actually, I'm not gonna use all of the immersive grown. What is up with this computer? Okay. Just unlock it and bring it up here. Take these clips off. Okay. I'm sure I've got some questions in chat. I am going to go in right now and go over them. I need the Matrix glasses with this headset, Cichlids 23. I think I do. Some of those old school, like late 80s Terminator, gargoyle glasses. Like a boss. Let me bring our stream up and mute it. There we go. Okay, let me go to the very beginning of chat and start. So Dan Slee is in here. Welcome, Dan Slee. If I missed anybody, forgive me. Sin Ginger, we already got you. Like I say, every time the usual suspects. Every time, War Wizard. Oh goodness. Bob. Actually, you're asking what got those guppies. You know what it was? It's pH. It was freshly RO'd water that I, mixed up, remineralized, put a bunch of carbonate in. Was getting ready to use it for something, and these guppies came out of aquariums that have aqua soil with CO2 injection into them. Acidic pH. So the water that they were in was pretty acidic, and I was bouncing them from bucket to bucket, and I mistook one bucket for another one. So I just netted them mercilessly and just threw them in there, and I'm working, blah, blah, blah. Got distracted. Came back like an hour later. Ooh, floaters for sure. So I got them out of there. Was able to save. Definitely, I have plenty of the strain is still established, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Psychedelic Hippocampus, welcome. Made it home just in time to join. Well, as long as you drove safe. Please don't drive crazy to make one of my streams. Cichlids 23 says E-Tech City for the win. Should I scrub in? Oh yeah, we mentioned that one. Jeff Miller, welcome Jeff Miller. Jeff Miller says, love to get a flow hood someday. Still air box works for mushroom cultures for now though. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Still air boxes, still air transfer boxes, there's nothing wrong with them at all. They're not nearly as convenient or effective, or efficient, not effective, but efficient as an actual flow hood. But there are a lot of guys, if you ever want to get into this sort of thing, you don't have to buy a flow hood, you can make one. You need a furnace blower, a HEPA filter, plywood, sealant, screws, and some ingenuity. There are a lot of plans on the internet you can download and totally build your own. So. Sand Creek Aquatics, welcome. Always a pleasure to have you. Kaler's Aquatic says, why is it more effective? Oh, the liquid culture versus an agar culture. Let's talk about agar. In fact, for that matter, let's talk about something even weirder, glass, because it's going to give me a science segue into agar. Let me flip this around. Ouch. Just crushed my finger. See this? I can see chat. Is this a solid? This glass that I'm hitting and it's going thump, thump, thump. Is this a solid? This glass material? Well, it depends on, I suppose, what criteria you're going by. Technically, it is a trick question. Technically, this is a liquid. Glass is a liquid. And I can't prove it to you because I will not live 1,000 years to prove it to you. Glass is a liquid. If I take a sheet of glass, let's say, see this ugly ghetto table that I have set up here, this plastic table. Let's say we have a sheet of glass, right? That's exactly this length and width, and it's really thin like that, right? And you set it on, I don't know, two sawhorses, a sawhorse here and a sawhorse way over there. And in the middle, right here in the glass, you put a bowling ball, right? And you leave for 1,000 years, 2,000 years, 3,000 years, cryogenically frozen, right? They thaw you out, you come back, that bowling ball will not be sitting there. It will, in fact, have sank way down to here with the glass, like, still around it. It will have sunk down over those thousands of years, proving that, in fact, glass, technically speaking, is not a solid. It is a liquid. It's a really weird liquid, but it's a liquid. So with that said, agar is also a liquid. That the agar media that we mix up, that too is a liquid. Trust me. It doesn't act like it. It jiggles like Jello. Jello too is a liquid. So the reason why pure liquid cultures work more efficiently, Bob, is because the nutrients and the hormones are much more transportable through that medium because it truly is a free-flowing aqueous liquid as opposed to a jellified liquid, or, I mean, let's not even talk about weird liquids that behave just like solids. That's why it's more effective. Liquid as aqueous, water, liquid water, is a much better transport at all of the phytohormones and the nutrients, micro and macronutrients, able to whiz around in there and be drawn in by the plant. Now, definitely phytohormones and sugar, which is the carbon source that we give these plants, they're definitely able to move around in this. And this is a very thin jello, right? And that's sorry for the long, crazy, weird, off-topic answer. That is why I'm going with liquid cultures, and that is, in fact, why Tropica almost exclusively does liquid cultures. They're smart. Liquid cultures are cheaper, they're easier, they're more efficient at transporting phytohormones and magical elf dust and stuff like that to the explant material, and hence the plants that are growing out of the explant, right? We're at 134. Okay, we're good. I'm definitely not going to run over today. Yeah, and so the one drawback to liquid cultures, they don't ship well, right? They don't ship well at all. You gotta figure out a way to seal, the container with liquid in it, with plants growing out of it. Yeah, they don't ship quite as well as agar cultures. Also, another thing to note, some agar cultures sometimes don't ship well either. If they get knocked around really bad, like when you order them, they ship them to you, and the box got knocked around, sometimes the cup with the agar in the bottom of it got like dropped really hard upside down, so the agar went plop and sucked out of the bottom of the cup, so the plants are all smushed and smothered with agar on top of it. It doesn't hurt the plants, it doesn't kill them, but it's definitely not nice to look at when you get it. Definitely when you paid $15 for that tissue culture, it's not nice to see. It happens. Okay, let me get back in chat, and awesome. Cichlids23 says his brother had those with his flat top. Oh, he had a flat top with those Terminator gargoyle glasses. Oh man, it looked like a undercover military recruiter, I bet. Thanks, Cody, son. Thank you so much for asking people to remember to mash that thumbs up before it mashes you. That's the line I use in other people's live streams when I want to get people to hit that thumbs up. Ed was on there with no. Yeah, Ed got it. It is not a solid. Strangely enough, glass isn't a solid. We're think how weird that is. You've got glass boxes in your house. You got boxes made out of liquid holding water. I mean, tell me I'm lying. I mean, it's a weird, simplistic way to look at things, but it's truthful. Anyway, Father Fish, welcome, Father Fish. Yes, liquid culture gets much better growth. Absolutely, it does. It does. Healers Aquatics, like ice is. Yes, ice, similarly, is a liquid. It's in solid form temporarily. Chattanooga Ed says, Bob, we should make a laboratory in your house. I support that idea. I fully support that idea. And we could maybe we could all make a trip down to Bob's place and make him cook for us and play host while we build him a lab, a nature lab. I like that idea. So it's 1:37. Let's go back, and I definitely won't have time to do the Ludwigia Repens. The surface sterilization process is lengthy, to say the least. I'll give you guys a little look at this here. I always like showing this tank off. I'm really happy with that aquascape we did together. It's coming in nicely. Hey, welcome, Alien World. Glad to have you, my friend. Getting a lot of these bubbles going on here on this skate. And I'll tell you why. You see this kind of film here with bubbles? It's like a film with bubbles trapped underneath it. It's CO2 bubbles, by the way. Actually, wrong. Oxygen bubbles being released by all these plants that are loving that I am injecting this CO2 here. And that filter is sweeping them down this way and making all the plants most happy. Now I'll tell you what's causing this. This like slime. Well, it's not slime, but it's definitely a film with bubbles trapped underneath it. There's a dead snail in here. Just found him this morning. One of my little homies. Poor little homie mollusk. He's over there. I don't know if you can see him. Probably not. That's him. See at the end of my fingernail. Hey, Mika M. Welcome. Always a pleasure having you. Yeah, I got a little dead snail. I just discovered him this morning, so. Wah. That's a bummer. That's where this film and some of this is coming from, this little bit of fungal growth I have going on this cork wood. That's totally normal with cork. It's actually getting much better. That happens with cork, oh geez, at least several months before it stops. But very pleased with this lovely little scene. Often what I'll do is I come in after work, kick my shoes off, and sit right here on the floor, right on the ground. My butt right there. And I just sit kind of Indian, quote unquote Indian style, as they call it, cross-legged, crisscross applesauce. And I just kind of chill. Do I have a snail's sister? I have a second snail in here. I don't know where it often escapes. It's quite the escape artist. It's a nearite. Shocking, I know. Ooh, nearite snails that escape. We've never seen that before. I don't know where it is. I see it. Right there, you little bugger. I think I see you. There you are, aren't you? Wait, was that it? Yep. No? Well, now I don't know where it is. Yeah, like every day I come in here and I find the nearite snail. Sometimes it's over here. Sometimes it's escaped and it's like trucking. Actually, I'm getting suspicious. It may have flown the coop. It may have blown this taco stand. I'll find it. It's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. What's wrong with me? You guys are literally looking for it. This one. We're here like, where's that nerite snail? Where is it? Anyhow, yeah, that was a bit of a blow to lose so many of my beautiful prize guppies, but definitely taking a lesson from that one. Not going to happen again. Okay, well, we got another plant to do. Let's flip this around, y'all. So I think I've been on for 40 minutes, it says. I think someone's coming on shortly, like within the next 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Okay, we got plenty of alcohol. It's fine. The great thing about having one of these stainless steel tables is that you just throw stuff on it, whatever, and then when you're done, alcohol it all, wipe it off. All right. Let's see if we can set my arm on fire again. Nice. All right. Rock and roll. Get my baby blue Genie brand gloves on. Officially endorsed by the Redfish Bluefish channel. They are not sponsors. Not yet. Wait till they get a load of me. Okay. Dang. There we go. Give this a quick sterilization. This alcohol. Whoa. We'll do that. Been a bummer. All right. Now I get to find where the tape. Oh, look at that. Woohoo. Got lucky. Yeah, sometimes this is very fun finding where the heck this tape is. Now this is the one that did really well. Got a lot of nodes out of this one. Open it this way. Don't need that. Sterilize our forceps very, very well. All the way down to here because we're going to be sticking them inside of this container quite a ways. All right. This one did very well. Very, very well. Okay, now do the old scalpel time. Just got to be careful when you do this with these scalpels, because if you're not experienced, you'll go pump and poke this right through your filter, and you just ruined it. About $800 to replace that filter. Yikes. You take it off right there. Get rid of that. I don't want this bottommost node. It's just, I don't want it. Pretty tough, jeez. Okay, take this leaf off. One node. Take this other leaf off. Just another node. Take that leaf off. Get another node. And the final node. That last one I did will by far be the most viable, the youngest. 4 pieces of X-plant. Take care, Zen. Good luck on the drama. All right. We're good with this. We don't need this scalpel. Now we're just going to add the rest of these. Try to make some science or something resembling it. Oh, man. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. Hopefully that one will be okay. Knock that lid off. It's not good. Give this another sterilization, my forceps, because I accidentally bumped my hand with it, and that's all it takes. You will definitely pick up bacteria. We're almost done, guys, and I'll cut you loose. You guys can go to recess. Freaking science teacher. Let's go already. All right. And one more. All right. And number, what is it, 7. Oh, did you just see that? I went to go grab it. You see what happened, guys? Well, we won't have a 7th tissue culture. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's a bit of a fail for sure. But what I did is I went to go grab it, and I grabbed it right on the end, and it went ping, and it popped off, and it's sitting right there. If that ever happens, do not proceed. Yes, this is probably okay to use. Don't do it anyway. There's any, let's say, I don't know, 10%, 15%, 20% chance of contamination because that thing just happened. Unless it's an extremely rare endangered plant that you're working with, don't proceed. That's okay. It's just one piece of X-plant. Let it go. So that was a boo-boo. But hey, I did tell you guys before that I wanted to share all the successes and all the failures, and that was a fail. Whatever. It happens. So I'm just going to clean this stuff up. Put this fire out. Hopefully not burn myself. And I'll be ending the stream pretty soon. 34, that's still too hot. Still not room temperature. 35.8, nah, still too warm. 36, yeah, it's too hot. All right, guys. Well, let me flip this back around. And we'll mosey on over to the to the computer. Actually, let me clean this up because I'll forget. I think I'm going to get rid of these bifocals that I wear. So I'm constantly having to look up, look down, look up, look down to focus, and it's not fun. I don't like it. So hopefully I'll have some new peepers soon. Okay. So hopefully, what I just did in there with those two specimens, hopefully that made sense. Why I grew, and I'm not sure who asked the question. I won't scroll all the way up, but someone asked a totally fair question. So we grew these plants just to chop them up. Yep, it's exactly what we do with micropropagation until we have what we need, and then we don't chop them up anymore. We continue them on and we send them on through the micropropagation stages to rooting. And they develop roots. And then after that, depending on uh, the market that the plants are being made for, it's 1:53 p.m. my time, we're still good. Depending on the market, if they're being sold as tissue cultures, then what happens is the plantlets, soon to be plantlets, they're moved from whatever stage they're in, usually stage 3, over to stage 4, which is stage 3, which is rooting. Um, with tissue cultures, when they're put into those containers, they're sealed. Those little flimsy plastic containers, and they seal them with plastic over the top. They stay in that container and they're sold in that container. So they're sold to you in stage 3, right? So there is a stage 4 that you never see with tissue culture when you buy them in a store, when it's LFS or whatever. There is no stage 4. Stage 4 is actually where we take the rooted plantlets, we move them into a greenhouse, a shaded greenhouse, very humid, very shaded greenhouse, not too hot, not too cool. They have virtually no immune system yet. They're very, very weak. They're babies, and we baby them along. So that's what we do. Oh, Punchy Paint says, you're good. I don't see anyone coming on. That surprises me. I thought someone was coming on, but I do have some stuff going on here in the house. So I will have to end things before too long. Let me see if we got some messages here, some questions perhaps. Kayla's Aquatics has one, it looks like. Other than the sterilization processes and node selection, what other quality assurances methods are utilized? What other quality assurance methods? Other than, let me think about that. Sterilization process and node selection. Quality assurance, well, I mean, basically daily monitoring of your cultures, especially if you're establishing them. It's not so much a sterilization type thing, but one thing that is that you need to pay a lot of attention to with certain plants, when you're establishing the strain, they have to stabilize. What I mean by that is, let's say you have two rotalas, right? They're rotalas, and they're growing out in the wild, and you have two adult rotala plants, and you harvest two of them, and you chop the very ends of those rotalas off, right? And so the meristems are equally good, they're equally young, and you culture them in 2 separate containers, same media, same everything, you'll get different behavior out of each of those cultures. When they multiply and they start to explode shoots, some of those shoots will be really long, some will be stubby, some will curl, like kind of curly sometimes, that sort of thing. That is a sign that it is not yet stabilized. What you need to do is you need to subculture that. Right? You need to take the shoots that are doing well and excise meristems from those and subculture those again and again. And before long, what you'll start to notice is that every time you put X plant onto media and it explodes, Bob, you don't get some shoots that are big and some that are small and curly and weird. No, everything starts to become uniform. So that is very, very important, that some smaller, I don't want to say mom and pop, but there's some smaller companies in Europe that make tissue cultures. They're not Tropica, they're not ADA, they're much smaller. Often, those smaller companies, you'll get tissue cultures from them, and you can tell they have not allowed the strain enough time to stabilize. So they work, just not quite as, they're not quite as good. They're not quite as high quality. They definitely don't ship as well when they're not stabilized. So hopefully that helps to answer your question. Really, other than that, Bob, it's just pay attention to your media. Don't worry so much about the X plan. Oh, am I getting shoots yet? As it's been 2, 3, 4 days, don't even look at that. What you should be looking at is the media. Do you see any fog on it? Do you see any spots? Do you see any mold? You see anything weird like that? Get them out of there. Get them out immediately. Don't wait. Well, maybe it's not, contamination. No, if you're seeing that, it's contamination, and it's going to explode in that container. And it's a slim chance, but there's always a chance that contamination is going to get out of that container and infect your other containers that are sitting right next to it. Slim chance, but it does happen. So that's hopefully that answers your question, I hope. See if I had any more questions. Oh, I see. Yeah, JH. Yeah, JH Aquatics usually goes live today. If you're not seeing anything for him, so maybe we're good. We're right at the 1 hour mark, anyways. And like I said, that media in there is still too hot. I want it to be 24C, which is my house temperature, before I do anything with it. What I am going to do, remember last time we used sodium dichloroisocyanurate. That's NaDCC. It's that effervescent pill I dropped in water and it started bubbling like Alka-Seltzer. It's releasing chlorine into the water. It's much less harsh than bleach is. Bleach has an extremely high pH. It's very alkaline, which is exactly why if you put your hand in bleach water and do that to it, it's soapy. That's why. It's extremely high on the pH. That is an aspect of all bases. All bases. Lye, it doesn't matter what the base is, what alkaline material is, they will always be slick. They'll always be soapy. So why we don't use bleach, especially for aquatic plants, is it kills them outright. Poof, done. The pH is way too high. And sodium dichloroisocyanurate is a great alternative to that. It releases free chlorine into the water, but instead of knocking the pH way up to like, what is bleach? Bleach is like 12.5 or something crazy high on the pH scale, really high. Water with NaDCC dissolved in it is like neutral. It's like 7. So it's much, much more gentle on plants. So what we did last time is we used a liter mixed up to, let me think, it was 500 ppms, 500 parts per million of free chlorine in there. We threw Ludwigia Repens in there, we let it sit, agitated it for 17 minutes, killed it, which was surprising. It wasn't aquatically grown, it was grown out of water. Usually they're a little tougher. Anyway, what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to use half strength. And I'm going to try that again and see if I get better results. Basically, we don't kill the X plant, hopefully, this time. That's what I'll be working on today. So, guys, I think I may have kind of caught up with everything. Maybe. We'll go and see. Gnarly Fish Tanks. Welcome, Gnarly Fish Tanks. Does anyone run into creator's block, not sure what to video next? Absolutely. Every video, I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, like right up to a couple of days before, I'm like, should we do a lab thing? I want to do an aquascape, but I go back and forth up right to the right to the end. I don't really do published videos that I release to YouTube. Right now, I've only been doing live streams, so that kind of changes the logistics, I guess, in my mind a little bit. Yeah, I do suffer with that. I think we all do. Kaler's Aquatics with a comment. I find vlogging spontaneously remedies that issue. Yes, yeah, it does. I really like I like the live streams. I do. I like hanging out with you guys. It's very cool. Guys, we're at the 1 hour and 1 minute mark, so I'm going to cut it off here. Like I said, I'm just going to be working on the Ludwigia Repens Mini Super Red today. I'm going to be tearing these aquariums down, and that's basically all I have lined up. So as always, I really appreciate you coming by and spending time with me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, would you please consider subscribing? It would mean a great deal to me. And if and when you do subscribe, please mash that bell so you get notifications. I do some spontaneous go lives sometimes, live streams, I mean. And if you don't hit that bell, you'll never know about them until the fun's already over with. So remember, guys, next Friday's live stream at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for all of our friends in the East. We're going to be announcing we're actually going to be figuring out who the winner of this book is. Plants from Test Tubes. An Introduction to Micropropagation. This is a killer book. It's hardcover. Someone's getting it for free. If you want to enter in the drawing, it's not too late to enter. Go to the last live stream that I did. That's now a published video that you can click in. If you want to win the book, or if you want to be considered to win it, all you got to do is drop me a comment with hashtag BookMeDano. Hashtag BookMeDano. You can look at other comments and see what they're doing. Just do that, and next Friday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, we're going to use a magical online tool thingy and randomly select a winner. No matter where that winner lives in the world, doesn't matter. Scandinavia, like I said, Europe, Brazil, Mexico, East, West Coast, Canada, doesn't matter. I'm going to send that book to you guys. I'll make sure you get it. If something horrible happens and there's just no way to get it to you, I'll give you the cash equivalent, which is $34.95 USD. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Make it productive. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your fishies. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.